Guys, now please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Am I audible, guys? Please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. All of you guys, please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Right. Good afternoon, guys. Right, sir. Now, if we understand the last class content, so we started object orientation. Object orientation. What content can be started there? There are 4 types of programming languages to prepare the applications. What are the 4 types of programming languages to prepare the applications? First one is unstructured programming languages. Next one is a structured programming languages, object-oriented programming languages, and next one is aspect-oriented programming languages. There we have a question: what are the differences between unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages? There we have some few points about it. Unstructured programming languages are outdated programming languages. They were introduced at the starting point of the computer science. Examples for it is what their Basic and Fortran. Basic is the first interpretive programming language, and Fortran is what their first compilative programming language. Structured programming languages are not outdated programming languages. They are suitable. They are using high-level syntaxes, and they are suitable for our at present application requirements. Examples we can identify: C, Pascal, COBOL, and so on. Unstructured programming languages are not following any particular structure to prepare the application. It's totally directionless. It's totally processless, directionless. Okay, but structured programming languages are having a particular direction to prepare the applications, a particular structure they're going to follow to prepare the applications. Next one is, after that, unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes to prepare the applications. These are available in very less number, and they'll provide less number of features to prepare the applications. But structured programming languages are using high-level syntaxes. They're available in more numbers, and they'll provide more number of features. Unstructured programming languages are using only code to define the flow of execution, but structured program of flow controllers to define very good flow of execution. If you take the C is the best example. Inside the C example, inside the C programming language, if conditions, else part, next one is a if else, else if, next one is what their for loop, while loop, do while loop, break statement, continue statement, and so on and so on and so on. So many things are available here now. So these many flow controllers are helping us to prepare very good flow of execution. Understand it clearly. After completion of this particular point here, unstructured programming languages are not having functions, so code reusability is not possible. But structured programming languages are having functions of feature. It will provide code reusability. Right, sir. Then after that, what we have some other content here. What are the differences between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages? What are the difference between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages? Only one difference we understood there. The remaining parts today we are going to understand clearly. Then what was the first difference here? We completed already. Structured programming languages are providing a difficult approach to prepare the applications, whereas object-oriented programming languages are providing a simple approach to prepare the applications. What is this difficult approach and what is simple approach now? The difference between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages, if we take this, we need to compare with the C and Java. Indirectly, we are providing comparison between what they C and Java. Understand it? For example, I want to take a particular application. I want to take a particular requirement. Yesterday, already given some information like what? A bank account. A bank account and its operations. Account and its operations are what? Creating account, updating account, deleting account. These are the operations. An account and its operations I want to represent. At one side, take a C programming language. At other side, you take a Java programming language as an object-oriented programming language. Just try to implement that account and its operations by using C and by using Java. They identify where simplicity here we are able to get. Just at minimal level imagination, if we take now, if you want to go for C programming language, in C programming language, what we are going to provide implementation there, then first we have to take a structure. After that, we have to take some variables and functions. After that, we have to take pointers. After that, we have to take unions. After that, we have to take some storage registers. Like this, so many concepts we are going to take. But all these concepts are a bit confusion-oriented features. It is not easy to understand. It is not easy to use them in our programming. But when it comes to the Java, if you take Java programming language, in Java programming language, that approach is very much simple. Approach is very, very simple. How that simplified approach is available in the case of object-oriented programming languages, not only in the case of Java, totally in the case of object-oriented programming languages, what exactly the simple approach is available. That simple approach in object-oriented programming languages is declare a class account, declare variables and methods inside the class account. Variables are what there? Account number, account holder name, account type, and balance. Then methods are what there? Methods in the sense functions only. What are these methods actually? Create account, update account. Next, what next one here? Delete account. Like these are the methods. Just declare them. After that, create object for the class account. Access the members of the respective class. That's it. That's it. Only 4 steps. Declare a class, declare variables and methods in that class. Next one is what there? Create object for the respective class and access the members. That's it. Now that approach is what there is very simple. That approach is very, very simple to prepare our applications clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. Now, totally here, what is the point here I'm telling there? Structured programming languages are providing a difficult approach to prepare the applications, whereas object-oriented programming languages are providing a simple approach to prepare the applications. That's the very first point here we have to understand. The same thing here we can identify. Structured programming languages are not providing ease of development. Ease of development. No, it is not available with the structured programming languages, but ease of development is available with what their object-oriented programming languages. Understand it clearly. All right, sir. The second point, but from this point onwards, a bit technical points here I'm going to talk, but try to put more concentration. The second point is what there, observe carefully. Modularization is not good in structured programming languages. Modularization is not good in structured programming languages, but modularization is very good in object oriented programming languages. Modularity or modularization, both are same. Modularization is not good in structured programming languages. Modularization is very good in object oriented programming languages. All right, sir. First of all, what is the meaning of modularization? After that, we will understand where it is very good and where it is not good. Yeah, obviously, I'm telling that in structured programming languages like C programming language, modularization is not good. That due to some number of parameters, we'll talk about it. But if we come for these object-oriented programming languages, when it comes to the object orientation or object-oriented programming languages like Java, there definitely modularization is very good. Right? What is the meaning of modularization? First of all, I used to give one example in every class. No, I used to give one example. Say for example, at your house, if any event is going on. Think of it, some function is going on. So the total event name is what there, some event, for example, maybe your brother marriage, it is going on. Of course, your marriage, that's a different story. That's it. Am I right? Marriage, right? It will take some time, not immediately. Okay, fine, good. Your brother marriage is going on. So definitely your participation is mandatory and you must be very active in that occasion. Okay, then how that occasion is going to be conducted? You are the person, you are the key person in your house, right? Will you do that entire marriage occasion in your single hand? Is it possible for you? Definitely, so many tasks are available, so many responsibilities are available. Right, outline information I'm telling there. If it is a marriage occasion, the first one, very first point here. First of all, decoration, that is mandatory, important. Maybe that stage decoration, maybe house decoration, maybe with lighting, colorful lighting, like everything. That is one part, that is one task. Next one is what the second very important thing is what the accommodation. Then so many relatives will come for our marriage, maybe some well-wishers will come to our house there. Then we need to accommodate each and every person. Accommodation is the second task. Understand it here. Apart from these two, the most important one is what there? Food. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Definitely. Marriage occasion in the sense everybody will have some expectations there. Definitely food. Food is another accommodation. Another one. Food also we have to arrange properly. We have to provide that. And another important thing is what their transportation. Maybe the people will come to the nearby stations now. Then we have to catch them. We have to pick up them. Then we have to might be carry them to some locations there. So these many things are available. All this together is nothing but what there a marriage occasion. Simple thing now. But how can we manage all these activities here? How it is possible to manage all these activities? No. Then first of all, what we are going to do there in that marriage occasion, we need to take one paper there. We have to list out all activities. Then first of all, we have to divide all activities into 4 parts. Then we have to assign that each and every part to one particular person. So got my point on that entire event must be divided into 4 parts. Each and every part must be assigned to what there a particular person. Like these 4 persons are going to handle all the issues. Of course, they may take some other helpers in their own way. They may take what there some other helpers, but these 4 members are key members. One person should take care about what there the dais and everything, decoration. Another person should take care about what their food arrangements. Another person should take care about what their the transportation. Some other person should take care about what their accommodation. These 4 or 5 activities are mandatory. 4 or 5 members have to take care about all the activities. No, all these 4 activities. Then everybody they will work on that particular one. Automatically, that entire marriage occasion is going to be completed successfully. Has I got my point or not? See, that total event is divided into a number of parts or not? That each and every part is nothing but a module. That each and every part is nothing but what their module. The process of dividing a big task into the number of sub-tasks is nothing but what their modularization. The process of dividing a task into number of modules, that is called as what their modularization. Similarly, when we have a project from our client, it's a big project actually. You want to do that complete project in your own way? By having a single person, you want to complete that entire project? No, not at all possible. With a single person, nothing is going to be happen. Always remember this point here. With a single person, nothing is going to be happen. And moreover, that single person handling is not at all suggestible in software industry. In software industry, always our mindset should be what there. Always we have to speak like we are, not like I am. This is wrong sense. Whenever we are speaking myself, and I am only myself, this is a wrong sense. In software industry, it will not be worked out. In software industry, everywhere, teamwork is important. Team play is very important. Understand my point? That's why single person will not do anything inside our companies. The project must require so many members collaboration, so many people association is required. Then only that entire project is going to be completed. So leave it, whatever it may be. We have a project. How we are going to prepare that project? How we are going to provide solution for that project? How we are going to provide implementation for that project? First of all, that entire project we have to divide into number of modules, number of pieces. Each and every piece is called was there a module. Got it or not? First, to provide solution for individual modules. When all solutions are getting ready for each and every module, combine all the solutions, then we will get a big solution for the big problem. First of all, the big task will be divided into the number of subtasks, where each and every subtask is nothing but what there? A module. Provide solution for each and every subtask. After that, integrate all the solutions. Then finally, we are able to get what there? A big solution. This is a generalization here, what I am telling to you. Got it or not? But here the point is what? How we are going to represent a particular module. How it is possible to represent a particular module in the point of coding part. That we have to understand from the programming languages. That will be taken care by programming languages. How programming languages are representing a particular module. If we take Java as a programming language, packages topic is available. If you take Java as a programming language, what topic is available? Packages concept is available. Not only that, in the case of Java 9 version, JPMS, a separate topic is available. Module system. The module system is available. Packages topic is available. That is a part of the object orientation I'm telling there. All these concepts are representing what their modularization in our applications. Modularization, modules we are going to provide in our applications by having JPMS and by having packages in the case of Java. Do you have any such kind of concepts in the case of C programming language? Do you have any such type of features in the case of C programming language? No, no such kind of features are available in C programming language. It represents in structured programming languages, no such kind of concepts are available. By this, we can conclude that modularization is not good in the case of structured programming languages, but modularization is very good in the case of what they're object-oriented programming languages. Sir, all of you are getting my points, what I am telling you, know, just indirectly I'm comparing C and Java, that features now. That C represents what the structured programming languages, but Java represents what their object-oriented programming language. By that, here we are able to get our complete comparison. 1 minute. Right, sir. Okay, fine. So leave this particular content here. Now try to understand it. No. Alright. That modularization is okay, fine. Number 3. Observe carefully. Abstraction is not good in structured programming languages. Abstraction is not good in structured programming languages, but whereas abstraction is very good in object-oriented programming languages. That is, very good abstraction is provided by the object-oriented programming languages, but abstraction is not good in the case of what they're structured programming languages. First of all, what is the meaning of this abstraction? After that, how structured programming languages are not providing abstraction, but how object-oriented programming languages are providing abstraction, that we are going to understand later. But first of all, what is that abstraction here now? As simple as that, very simple definition here I'm telling to you. Hiding internal implementations is called what? An abstraction. That's it. Not more than that. Just hiding internal implementations is called what? Their abstraction. Just hiding the content, whatever it may be, just hiding the content, that is called what? There an abstraction. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? A simple example, all of you are having mobile phones, right? That mobile phone panel is available, right? That panel is hiding its internal implementation or not? The panel is hiding its internal implementation or not? So this is an abstraction. The panel is providing what? Their abstraction. Internals of mobile phone is not required to visible in outside. That's why it is a hiding internal content here. So that's the meaning of what? Their abstraction. No need to have any other discussion. Wherever modularization is available, there automatically abstraction will come. Wherever modularization is available, there automatically abstraction here we are able to achieve. The simple point, a module is nothing but a package. For example, module is nothing but what? There a package. If we declare something in a package now, that is not visible in outside directly. The content which is available inside the package is not visible in outside directly. So packages are providing one type of abstraction. Leave this one. If I declare something in a class, it is not available in outside. There also we are providing what there? Abstraction. If I declare something in a method or function that is not visible in outside, there also we are providing what there? Abstraction. JPMS is available in Java. If we declare something in a module, directly it is not visible in outside, there we are able to get what there? Abstraction. Interface is available. It is providing one level of abstraction. Abstract classes are available. It is providing one level of what there? Abstraction. Like this, at so many levels we are able to achieve abstraction in the case of Java programming language, in the case of object-oriented programming language. But show these many options in the case of C programming language. Do you have any such kind of abstraction levels in the case of C programming language? C programming language max it is able to provide function level abstraction. Only functions are available, provide some declarations inside the function, they're hidden up to that, they're not visible in outside. So function level abstraction is available in the case of what there? C programming language. But in the case of Java, how many levels of abstractions are available? So many levels of abstractions are available. So because of that reason, abstraction is very good in the case of object orientation, but abstraction is not good in the case of what there? Structured programming languages. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? See, at very starting, simple theory, simple points only. No need to have too much content immediately. Step by step, I'm going to provide the content. Everybody, you are going to understand. Everybody will understand the content easily. Just I'm giving the comparison. My intention is what there? What is the requirement to go for object orientation? My intention is what there? What is the requirement to go for object orientation? For that only, I'm discussing about all these points clearly. Okay, right, sir. Now let's understand the content here. What I'm telling you now. So abstraction is not good in structured programming languages, but whereas abstraction is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Okay, fine. Now coming to the point number 4. Observe carefully. From modularization to abstraction, we are understanding. Similarly, from abstraction to one more feature here, we are going to provide. Understand that feature. Security. What is the next one again? No? Security. Security is not good in the structured programming languages. Security is not good in the structured programming languages, whereas security is very good in the object-oriented programming languages. Security is very good in the object-oriented programming languages. All of you understand it clearly. Security is not good in structured programming languages, whereas security is very good in the object-oriented programming languages. Again, the simple point I'm telling to you. Wherever we are having modularization, wherever we are having abstraction, then automatically we are able to get what there? Security. No need to have any second discussion about this point. Simple point. What is the meaning of abstraction? Now tell me. Hiding the content. Am I right or not? Hiding the content is nothing but what there? Abstraction. Hiding in the sense what there? Protecting the content or not? Indirectly we can say that protecting our content or not? Protecting content in the sense what there? Providing security for our data or not? So by default, wherever abstraction is available, automatically we are able to get what there? Security. Understand my point here? So in the case of Java, if we take Java in the programming language, so many implementations are available for providing security. Then Java is a programming language. If we take now, Java is providing very good security for its applications because of its own implementations. But we may not see these many things in the case of what there? C programming language. I can give some examples to you now. Java is having its own security module. Java is providing JAS, a middleware service, Java authentication and authorization service. Java is providing in its own way network security. But all these many things are not exist in the case of C programming language. At language level, I'm telling to you. But in the point of the structured programming language and object-oriented programming languages, in object-oriented programming language, scope is more to provide security for the applications. But in structured programming languages, scope is very less to provide what their security for the applications. What is available? What security level is possible in the case of C programming language? Now tell me. What level of security we are going to provide by using C programming language? Understand my point? Example, if we take C as a programming language, what security we are able to provide? Moreover, in C programming language, pointers concept is available. It will reduce the security. The pointers will reduce the security. Pointers is providing address location of the data directly. If we catch the pointer variable value, we can get the location of the data, address location of the data. We can manipulate with the data. No security we can provide here with our C programming language. But if it is a Java, no, in Java, so many options are available to provide our security. But not only this language level, in general, structured programming languages are not good at modularization, not good at abstraction. So automatically security is also not available. But object-oriented programming languages are good at modularization, good at abstraction. So what is possible here? Security is possible. Very good security here we are able to achieve. Right. This is one point here I'm telling you. Just leave this one. Next one is, apart from this, listen carefully. All right, sir. Now, shareability is not good in structured programming languages. What is not good here? Shareability is not good in a structured programming languages, but shareability is very good. Shareability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Shareability is very good in what there? Object-oriented programming languages. That's all of you observe carefully. Shareability. What is the meaning of the shareability? Sure. Then simple example as per our understanding, I'm a single person now. I'm teaching Java with all of you. I think I already given this point with you previously, but again I'm telling to you, I'm a single person now. I'm dealing with Java, but how many members are listening at present here? No, let's say for example, 100 members are listening my statements. That means 100 members are listening my statements. Myself is a single person. I'm delivering this statement. I'm delivering Java programming language, but 100 members are listening my statements. Am I right or not? All of you getting this point or not? Means that I'm sharing my single copy of data with all 100 members or not? I'm sharing my single copy of Java with all 100 members or not? This is the meaning of shareability. The single copy must be provided to multiple applications at a time. The single copy will be provided to multiple applications at a time. So this is what exactly the meaning of what their shareability. Yes, guys, all of you are getting my point now? Okay, fine. Now let's move on to the Java programming language. If I have a single copy of my package, I have only one package. In that package, so many classes and interfaces are available. Only one copy of package is available. 10 Java programs are running at a time. Parallelly, 10 programs are running. All 10 programs are required a single copy of package. All 10 programs are required my single copy of package. Yes, we can share that single copy of this package to all 10 programs. The single copy can be shared to all 10 programs at a time. This is possible. This is possible in the case of Java. This is possible in the case of object orientation. So automatically we are able to get shareability with our applications. A single copy, 10 programs we can run. Not only that, just leave this one. A simple example I'm telling to you. This is my computer. In my computer, how many softwares of Java is available? How many copies of Java is available? Only one copy. Am I right or not? So one time only I'm going to install my Java. Java 17th version I installed in my system. Java 17th is available in my system here. Am I right or not? But how many Java programs I can run at a time in my system? Do you think about it? Only one program at a time in single computer? Multitasking is going on, multiprocessing is going on. More than one Java program I can run at a time. Am I right or not? More than one Java program I can run at a time by using on the base of the single copy. But Java is a single copy. But how many programs are running at a time? 10 programs are running at a time. Am I right or not? So that single copy will be shared to all 10 programs at a time or not? Where automatically shareability is coming or not? Where automatically shareability is provided or not? So that's why we can understand it. Shareability is good, very good in the case of Java. Means that is very good in the case of object-oriented programming languages. But shareability is not good in the case of what they're structured programming languages. Not only that, in Java, static keyword is providing shareability. Abstract classes are providing shareability. Interfaces are providing shareability. Packages are providing shareability. Module system is providing shareability. Every concept of the Java is providing what their shareability. But do you have any such kind of levels in the case of C programming language? Is it possible to see various levels of shareability in the case of C programming language? In the case of C programming language, max we can provide like function level shareability or maybe header files level shareability. That is very less. That header files utilization also very less. Predefined header files only we are able to use, not user defined level. Then user defined level also we can use, but it's somewhat difficult. It's not much easy to achieve the shareability in the case of structured programming languages like C programming language. But it is very simple or it is very good in the case of Java, like what there? Object oriented programming languages. Sir, all of you are following these points or not? No response, guys. Right. Then it seems it is very good today. Nobody is sleeping inside the classroom. Then I feel very happy. Everybody is listening my class seriously, but not much serious now. Some people are sitting inside the class, but their mind is totally in outside. I can point out that people there. How I can point out that people there? How I can recognize that people there? Whenever I'm looking at their faces, no, intentionally they are trying to speak something, but that lip movement is not related to our class, no. Then, but when all members are giving some type of response there, when one moment all members are trying to give response, no, but some other people are giving response a bit delay. What they are doing there? Okay, these members are giving response, so we have to give some response now. But what response they are giving is totally irrelated. Understand it here? Arey yaar. Then why we are having these many problems there? Any girlfriend problem? Now tell me, any family problem? I'm giving one very good option here. Don't worry for it. If it is really a problem here, bring your girlfriend also to the classroom now. They'll provide family packages, no problem. Along with the full stack Java. Huh? Right. Be active. Now try to understand the concepts here now. Very clear, but introductory part, the simple concepts only. No need to have too much like what I'm telling there. Then see, it's not like when too much concentration or too much seriousness not required. Just understand. That's it. Listen properly and understand it. If you want to repeat once again here, I'm giving video support you. We can watch that videos. At the end of the day, just we can watch that videos. Then we'll understand it clearly. Fine, let's move on to the point here. Last point in this comparison, everybody has to understand it. The last point is what the reusability is not good in the structured programming languages. Reusability is not good in the structured programming languages, but reusability is very good in the object oriented programming languages. Reusability very good in the object oriented programming languages. That's it. All of you understand it clearly. Reusability is not good in the structured programming languages, but whereas reusability is very good in object oriented programming languages. What is the meaning of reusability first? Reusability is nothing, sir. Very simple. One simple example again I'm telling to you now. Regularly I'm having batches like what? Regularly I'm having the batches right from morning 7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30, 8:30 to 10, 10 to 11:30, 11:30 1. Again 4 o'clock onwards up to okay night 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock I'm having some classes now. But how many batches per day? For example, 8 batches I'm dealing. For example, 8 batches I'm dealing. In all 8 batches, what I'm discussing now? Java only. In all 8 batches, I'm dealing with what there? Java only. Understand it clearly. Morning 7 to 8:30, one time Java I'm discussing. 8:30 to 10, again the same Java I'm repeating or not? 10 to 11:30, again same Java I'm repeating or not? 11:30 to 1, 11:31, again I'm repeating the same Java or not? Evening 4 to 5:30, again I'm repeating the same Java or not? That means one copy of Java is available, but time to time I'm reusing the same Java concept or not? Answer my point here. I'm not talking about shareability. Shareability is what there at a time, multiple members listening my class, shareability. But batch by batch, multiple batches, no. But copy is same. Same Java copy here we are dealing. Same Java subject I'm teaching. Same Java is reused one time to another time to some other time. But same copy of Java I'm reusing. So this is the meaning of what there reusability. Similarly, in a Java programming language, one time if you prepare a package, In a Java programming language, one time if you prepare a package, that we can reuse any number of times as per the requirement. One time if you prepare a package is nothing but classes and interfaces. One time if you prepare a package, that we can reuse any number of times as per our requirement. Understand my point, Kiran? But how can we achieve that in the case of Java? Package level reusability is possible, class level reusability is possible, function level, method level reusability is possible. Over all the concepts now, one more type of reusability is very good in the case of Java. That is what? Inheritance. Get my point on it. What is that? Another feature of the Java? Not only in the case of Java, in every object-oriented programming language, what feature is providing that reusability? Inheritance is providing that reusability. Am I right or not? That inheritance is providing reusability. Everybody understand my point clearly? But that is possible in object-oriented programming language. Inheritance in the sense, what is that actually? It is a relation between classes, getting variables and methods from one class to another class. One class is super class, another class is subclass. Getting variables and methods from super class to subclass. This is the meaning of reusability. Inheritance is providing reusability. That is possible in the case of what? Object-oriented programming languages. Do you have any such kind of concept in the case of C programming language? Have you seen any inheritance kind of concept in the case of C programming language? No, we are not having such kind of concepts in the case of C programming language. Not only in the case of C programming language, in the case of structured programming languages, it is not available. In the case of structured programming languages also, it is not available. All of you get my point or not? So due to these reasons, here we can conclude that reusability is not good in structured programming languages, whereas reusability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. That's it. Now these are the mainly the outlined differences between structured programming languages and what next one? Object-oriented programming language. Right, sir. Now guys, then again I'm asking one question to you. Now try to answer for it. How many types of programming languages are available to prepare applications? 4 types. What are the 4 types? No, unstructured. Next one is what? Structured, object-oriented, aspect-oriented programming languages. Now already we understood the differences between unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages. Now the concept is what? What are the differences between what? Structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages. Tell me what is the first difference here given there? Structured programming languages are providing a difficult approach to prepare the applications, whereas object-oriented programming languages are providing a simple approach to prepare the applications. Now, what is the second difference we are getting? Modularization is not good in structured programming languages, whereas modularization is very good in object-oriented programming languages. What is the next one? Abstraction is not good in structured programming languages, whereas abstraction is very good in object-oriented programming languages. What next one here? Security is not good in structured programming languages, whereas security is very good in object-oriented programming language. Next one is what? Next one? Shareability is not good in structured programming languages. Shareability is very good in what? There? Object-oriented programming language. Lastly, what is the last one? Reusability is not good in structured programming languages, whereas reusability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Right, sir. Good. Right, so then why do people use structured programming languages? Structured programming language with all the flaws? Not like this. The point is like what there. Observe carefully. At present, the utilization of the structured programming languages is like what there is very less nowadays. Understand my point here now? Structured programming language utilization is what there very less now. Right, sir. Observe carefully. But object orientation, when object orientation is coming into the picture, the total structured programming languages are getting down. Everywhere people are trying to use what there object orientation only. That is the reason here I'm telling to you. Initially, first generation programming languages, when structured programming languages are coming, second generation programming languages are getting demand. When object orientation is coming, third generation programming languages are getting demand now. So one after another overriding is going to be happen. Structured overrides what there? Unstructured. Whereas object orientation is overriding what there? Structured programming languages. Now, at present, what demand is going on here? Object oriented programming languages are getting more demand. Where the Java is one of the object oriented programming language. Like what next one here? Apart from this, Python is an object oriented programming language. .NET is an object oriented programming language. All these are leading programming languages in the market. The software industry in the sense nowadays what these are the programming language, Java, Python, .NET, that's it. But everywhere object orientation is going to be happen. Let's leave this content here now. But here I'm getting one more question. 4 types of programming languages. We understood clearly unstructured. We understood clearly structured. We understood clearly what their object oriented programming languages. But still my question is what there? What is the requirement to go for aspect oriented programming languages? What is the need of the aspect orientation or aspect oriented programming languages over the application development? Or indirectly I'm telling to you what exactly the difference between object oriented programming languages and aspect oriented programming languages. That should be the next question that we have to understand clearly. Now observe carefully, what is the difference between object oriented programming languages and aspect oriented programming languages? Aspect oriented programming languages. This difference is also here we have to understand. It's not like what I'm telling you, the theoretical, too much theoretical content, but a bit practical view we have to understand. But anyway, I'll give some clarity for you now, try to understand it now. All of you observe carefully. For example, see, to understand this particular point, very good concentration is required. I'm going to talk about these points a bit internal view. Now try to understand it now. Everybody, put more concentration. Point number 1, I'm telling you, observe carefully. If we prepare an enterprise application, by using object oriented programming languages like Java, like Python, like .NET, whatever it may be, object oriented programming languages, then we have to provide both, observe carefully, services logic and business logic in the combined manner, How much you want to understand from this particular point, we can understand it now. I'll give more explanation, no need to worry for it, but the point is what? If we prepare an enterprise application by using the object oriented programming languages, then we have to provide both the services logic and business logic in a combined fashion or in combined manner. That's it. What is this services logic and what is this business logic now? That first of all, I want to get clarity on this point. After that, I'll move on to what there. Then what is the meaning of combining these two? Then what problems we are able to get by combining these two types of logics? But simple examples I'm taking, try to understand it now. I think all of you are having Gmail account. How can we open the Gmail, sir? First of all, you need to open the browser. Gmail.com, we have to use that web domain name. Immediately, what we are getting when we type www.gmail.com, what we are getting immediately? Come on, immediately what we are getting? Login page we are getting or not? In the login page, user ID and password here we have to provide or not? User ID or password, something else like this. Then login button is available or not? If you are not registered with this particular website, where in the bottom sign up link is available or not? If you click on sign up link, automatically registration form will open or not? There we have to enter our username and password or confirm password data. After that, click on this register button. Your details will be registered with that particular website. After that, we will come to the login page. There we are going to enter user ID and password. Again, click on login button. You will be logged in. Then we will come to what there? Our home page of your Gmail. Clear? So this entire process is called authentication. This entire process is called what there? Authentication. Observe carefully. Leave it. Gmail is okay. Leave it. I think all of you are having Facebook account, right? How can we open that Facebook? Even if you're not aware, no problem, leave it now. But another website, I'm talking now. Facebook account, all of you are having Facebook account. If we want to open Facebook, what we have to do? Again, www.facebook.com. Again, what we are getting there? Login page you are getting. In that login page, again, we have to provide user ID and password. If you're not having user ID and password, what we have to do? Click on sign up link. Again, registration form will come. We enter that username and password, confirm password. After registration of that, again, we'll come back to the login page, entering username and password, click on login button. Understand my point or not? Just leave this one. YouTube account you are having there. Of course, then if you are having might be some Gmail account, it's okay, sufficient. We are able to get YouTube. But there also be what is going on. If you want to see our dashboard in our YouTube, or if you want to create a channel, or if you want to open that homepage of your YouTube, again, login is required or not. There also be username, password kind of authentication is going on or not. Like this, in every enterprise application, this authentication is an action which is common or not. Authentication is a common activity in every application or not. Please try to understand my point here. So these common activities, common functionalities, common services, common things are called services. These are called what? They're services. From application to application, what things are common? In general, authentication is common, authorization is common, data validation is common, internationalization is common, exception handling is common, logging is common, transaction service is common. Yes, sir. All these are like what common things at each and every application or not? All these common activities are called what? Their services. All the common activities are called what? Their services. Observe carefully. Business logic, services logic. The logic we are going to prepare these services is called what? Their services logic. The logic which we use to prepare these services is called what? Their services logic. Understand my point now? But services are required at each and every enterprise application. What services we require now? Authentication service, authorization service, data validation service, exception handling service. Next one is what there. Apart from this, no. Apart from this, like what there? Logging service. So many services are available. Transaction service. All these services are common at each and every application. We have to provide these services logics at anywhere in our applications. Leave this one. Then what is business logic? Say for example, listen carefully. You know already Amazon.com or Flipkart.com. In Amazon there is an offer. In Amazon there is an offer. The Great Indian Festival offer, for example, something else, some offer is going on. There's something else like Dasra offer is going on, or maybe January 26th offer is already completed. August 15th offers will come on Amazon.com. What type of offers they are able to provide now? For the following list of products, if we take them or if we purchase them, nearly 25% off is going on behalf of this particular festival. Say for example, I want to buy a pair of shoes. The shoes cost is originally is what there 1500 for example. But on this occasion, on this festival occasion, if I buy it, if I take it, it will come within 1000 rupees. 500 rupees is an off. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Okay. This is Amazon. Now the shoes branded companies, what their Stretches, for example. The Stretches is a company, then where the sizes might be 9 or 10, whatever it may be, then where if we take that product, then 500 is off over the 1500 rupees. This is Amazon offer. Okay, leave it. When I open Flipkart.com, understand it here. And I open what there? Flipkart.com. That's also one of the e-commerce application. There I want to check it. Is there any difference between this Flipkart.com and Amazon.com? Just I want to open it. I open it. There what happened? I search for the same Stretchers. Shoes, a pair of shoes I want to take. There I find what there, that size number 9 or size number 10. Same company, same branded, size number 10. I opened there. There, what they have given offer there, because of this festival, they have given offer is what there, on this particular product, only 10% is off. But in Amazon.com, how much is an off now? 500 rupees. That means 25% is off. But in the case of this Flipkart.com, how much offer they have provided here? 10% is an offer. Say for example, then it will come with us almost all 1250 out of this 1500 rupees, for example. Yes, sir, got it or not? So can I send a mail to the Flipkart people? Amazon people are giving 50% off, might be 500 rupees off, no? But why you are not giving 500 rupees offer here? Can I give a mail to them? If I say mail to them, then what they will reply, no? Are stupid, if you are interested to with that Amazon.com, go and buy it. Why you are sending mail to me? No, definitely they will reply like this only. Now, if you observe this one, not only these two, if you go for might be some other e-commerce application where they may provide 15% off. Some other e-commerce application they may provide what there maybe 50% off. That is their application. That is their intention. Yes, sir, got it or not? Right, exactly. Amazon.com is giving 25% off in the sense this is a business rule of the Amazon. Flipkart.com is giving 10% off on a particular product in the sense this is a business rule of the Flipkart.com. Some other e-commerce application is giving 15% in the sense that is the business of the respective what their other e-commerce application. They are their own rules and regulations are not. Understand my point here? Here the clear-cut point is coming. They are their own rules and regulations are not. Right. That the rules and regulations are individual to the clients. That business rules and that rules and regulations are individual to the clients. They are clients' business rules and regulations. For them, if you provide implementation, that is called business logic. That is exactly called as what their business logic. Right? Isn't is that point is clear or not? So each and every application has its own business logic as well as services logics. Every application must have services. Every application must have its own business logic. Understand my point here? Nowadays, almost 60 to 65% of the application development is going on with the services logic. 40 to 45% of the application is going on with what their business logic. The business logic, services logic ratio, if we take now, business logic participation is what? Business logic part is what? 40 to 45%. 50 to 55% of the occupation is what their services logic. In the point of security, maybe in the point of transactions, maybe in the point of data validations, maybe nearly 60% of the application development is occupied by services logic, but 40% of the application is occupied by with what their actual requirement, actual business logic. So both are required or not? Both are required in our application development or not? Now here, what is the point I'm telling there? If you prepare an enterprise application by using object-oriented programming languages, then we have to provide both the services logic and business logic in the combined manner. Both are in the mixed manner. Right. Now I'm giving clarity. It will provide tightly coupled design. It will provide tightly coupled design. It will reduce shareability, and it will reduce reusability. It will reduce shareability and it will reduce what their reusability. Understand it clearly? Now I'm going to take one simple in our understandable diagram here. Try to understand this diagram here. All of you observe carefully. Very, very simple diagram here I'm going to provide. Try to understand it clearly. Easily we can understand this diagram. For example, I want to prepare two enterprise applications here. I want to prepare. This is one application, or else maybe not like this. Yeah, this is one application. This is another application. Overall, two applications here I'm going to prepare. I want to say application 1. Next one is what there? Application 2. All right. Now, what I'm telling to you, in both the applications, what I required here now, services logic is required and business logic is required. In both the applications, what is required here now? Services logic and business logic. Now, first of all, I want to provide like what there? Authentication. This is what their service. Authentication is like what there? Service. Observe carefully. Authentication. One service. This is a service what we required. The same service is required even another application also. Next one is what there? Apart from this, business logic is required. Business logic is required. Here we require business logic. And then here we required what there? Business logic. Same way, here we required business logic. Here we required business logic, and here also we required what there? Business logic. Multiple times here we required business logic. Understand it, no? At the same time, services logic is also required. What services here we required, you know? Say for example, now authentication we completed. Next one is what there? Data validations we required. Data validations we required here. At the same time, data validations is required even here in the another application also. Next one is after this transaction service is required here. Next one is what there? Transaction service is required here in this application, in this location. Transactions is required. The same transactions is required even in the case of this another application also. Right. I'm asking simple questions to all of you. Now try to observe carefully. How many applications we are preparing? 2 applications. At application 1, how many services we have used now? Tell me. Come on. How many services we have used now? Tell me. 3 services here we have used. What are the 3 services now? Authentication, data validations, and transactions. The same thing is going on over the application 2. In application 2, how many services we have used there? Same 3 services we have used: authentication, data validations, and transactions. Between these services, business logic here we provided. Is that correct or not? Fine. 2 applications. In both applications, we require the same type of services. But unfortunately, in both applications, individually, we provided the services or not. Understand my point here? Individually, we provided these services at both the applications or not. Understand my point here now? In both applications, separately we provided authentication, separately we provided data validations, separately we provided what their transactions in both applications now. Let's say for example, 10 applications I'm preparing. If you follow the same approach, in all 10 applications, individually, we are providing all these services or not. Means that 10 times we are implementing authentication or not. Out of this all 10 applications, 10 times we are providing authentication or not. 10 times we are providing data validations or not. 10 times we are providing transactions or not. For out of these 10 applications, 10 times if we provide authentication, data validations, and transactions, where we are maintaining reusability, where you provided the shareability. What is the meaning of reusability? One time if we define that we can reuse any number of times. One time if we define that we have to reuse in all 10 applications 10 times. One time if we prepare one service now, that we have to share to all 10 applications at a time. But if you follow this approach now, individually to each and every application, we provided separately the services or not. Then where we provided reusability, where we provided shareability. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? So this is exactly the process is going on in the case of like what there object orientation. In object orientation, this is exactly the orientation is going to be happen. Understand it clearly. But what about this aspect orientation actually? What is going to be happen in the case of aspect orientation? All right, sir. Now if we come for this aspect orientation, I'm giving clarity. All of you understand it clearly. The solution here I'm providing for this particular problem. Aspect oriented programming languages. Aspect oriented programming languages is a misterminology. Is a misterminology. It is a wrong terminology. Why? Because, but what is right terminology? Aspect oriented programming languages is a misterminology. But what is right terminology? Aspect orientation is a right terminology. All of you understand it clearly. Aspect orientation is the right terminology. But what is the meaning of this aspect orientation? Why? Because what is the reason for it? Why? Because no programming languages are existed on the basis of the aspect orientation. So aspect oriented programming languages are not available, but only what is available? Aspect orientation is available. Everybody understand my point here? But what is an aspect orientation? What is the meaning of aspect orientation? That we have to understand. Observe carefully, all of you know. Aspect orientation, put more concentration what I'm telling there. Aspect orientation is a methodology, or a set of conventions, is a methodology or a set of conventions, or a set of rules and regulations, observe carefully, which are applied on the object oriented programming, in order to improve what? In order to improve shareability and reusability. In order to improve what? Shareability and what next one can know? Reusability. That's it. Please read out this statement here. The total meaning is going in with this particular statement only. What is the meaning of aspect orientation? The basic awareness I've given. Now tell me, aspect orientation is what? Is a methodology or a set of conventions or a set of rules and regulations which are applied on what? The basic programming is what there? Object oriented programming only, which are applied on object oriented programming in order to what? In order to improve shareability and reusability. With only object orientation, shareability and reusability are very less. But if you apply aspect orientation over the object orientation, then automatically we are able to get what there? Shareability and reusability. Okay, fine. This is the basic awareness here. But still I have a question now. What is aspect orientation? It's a set of rules and regulations you said to me. It's a set of conventions you said to me. It's a methodology. But what is that methodology? What is the idea of this aspect orientation? What is the basic rules and regulations of this aspect orientation? Now, let us understand it. I want to show through diagram here. Now try to understand this point here. So, now tell me. Now coming to our example here, observe carefully all of you know. In this example, how many applications we prepared now? 2 applications we prepared. Let's assume it 10 applications we prepared. How many copies of authentication we maintained here? 10 copies of authentication we maintained. So no reusability, no shareability. But where if I apply aspect orientation, what we are able to get now in this particular case, aspect orientation has given a clear-cut process of improving shareability and reusability. What is that clear-cut process now? As per the aspect orientation, separate all the services from the business logic. Separate all the services from the applications, from the business logic. Then what are the services now we are using? Now tell me, observe carefully. First one we are using what there? Authentication. Just get it outside. Data validations. Now get it outside. Then after that, what next one here? Now tell me, transactions. Now get it outside. That means in all the applications, what I am telling there, separate services from what their business logic from the applications. Point number 1, just we separated all the services from what there, from the applications. All services from all the applications, just we separated. After that, what next one here we have to understand there? The next point is what? Declare each and every service as an aspect. Declare each and every service as what there? An aspect. Now I want to say the first one is what there? Aspect 1, for example. In other words, we can say authentication aspect. And the second one is what there? Aspect 2. Otherwise we can say data validations aspect. Or we can say third one is what there? Right, transactions aspect or aspect 3. Like this. Declare each and every service as what there? As an aspect. Yes, sir. I'll forget my point or not. 2 points I have done up to now. What 2 points here as per the aspect orientation? Separate each and every service from the application. declare each and every service as what there as an aspect. After that, find the pinpoints in our application where we require aspects. Find the pinpoints in our application where we require what there these aspects. These are all called as join points. These pinpoints are called as what there join points. Then at the time of executing your program, at runtime of your application, inject these aspects into the join points. Inject these aspects into what their join points. Observe carefully. Now here also be aspect 2 is required in this particular point. So inject this aspect into what there in this particular location. Like this, how many applications? Now tell me. 10 applications. In all 10 applications, inject these aspects at runtime as per the requirement. That's it. Completed. Now this is exactly the meaning of what there aspect orientation. Now tell me. Now this time I'm asking this question to you. Now try to answer for it. How many applications can we prepared, sir? How many applications can we prepared now? 10 applications can we prepared. Right. Previously, in all 10 applications, 10 copies of separate services we maintained. But in this example, if you observe this, how many applications we prepared? 10 applications. But how many copies of services we maintained here? Only one copy of services or not? Authentication is one copy, data validations is one copy, and transactions is one copy. Only one copy of services we maintain or not? Now tell me that single copy of services are applied to multiple applications or not? Our single copy of services will be shared to all the 10 applications at a time or not? There we are achieving what there? Shareability. There we are achieving what there? Shareability. The single copy of services will share their services to all the 10 applications. No, there we are able to get what their services. That means shareability here we are able to achieve. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? That's okay, fine. Next one is after completion of this. Now try to understand it clearly. How many times authentication we provided, sir? Only one time we provide authentication. But how many times we are using that? 2 times or 10 times we are using or not? Automatically reusability is improved or not? Now tell me how many times we provided this transaction? Only one time here. But how many times we are using the single transaction? All the 10 times here. Reusability we are achieving or not? So shareability and reusability both we are able to achieve at a time in the case of like what their aspect orientation. Is that all of you understanding the point about this aspect orientation? Actually what happened, this aspect oriented programming will come in a Spring framework basically. Aspect orientation will come in what framework there? Spring framework. Understand it now. But by the time of the Spring framework, most of the people are getting confusion. In Spring framework, when I'm going to discuss about this AOP, most of the people are getting confusion. Why? Because due to the lack of this awareness only. Lack of this particular awareness only. They're getting confusion when we are talking about Spring framework and AOP. But if you understand the concepts like this, no, it's very simple to understand what that Spring framework content also. But finally, whatever it may be, the content here we understood clearly. What is the meaning of aspect orientation? How it is improving shareability and reusability? These concepts here we are getting. But I have a question. I have a last point here about this particular discussion. What is that last point here? Where this aspect orientation is applicable? Where we are going to use this aspect orientation actually? Aspect orientation is not much useful in the application development directly. Come again. Aspect orientation is not much useful in the application development directly, but it is very much useful in the products development. It's much useful in what their products development, like what their servers development, JVM's implementation, compilers implementation, frameworks implementation. Best example, Spring framework. Best example is what the Spring framework. Spring framework is utilizing AOP in effective way, in more effective way. So many services it has to provide to the enterprise applications automatically. That is because of what their aspect orientation only. So it will be useful more in what their products development when compared with what their application development. Because of that reason, it is getting somewhat demand in the future also. But still we have to remember one point. Aspect orientation is based on the basis of on the top of the object orientation only. Aspect orientation is not having its own coding unit. Aspect orientation is a set of rules and regulations are applied on what their object oriented programming only. Still the basic programming is what their object orientation only. Over the top of the object orientation only, aspect orientation is going to be implemented. Is clear? All of you are getting clarity on these points now? Right, so now this is exactly the content here we have to understand. 1 minute. Right, sir. Now let me copy this diagram also here. By that we are able to get some clarity. Now let's move on to the point here. What I've given there. Aspect orientation is a methodology or a set of conventions or a set of rules and regulations which are applied in the object-oriented programming in order to improve shareability and what next one here? Reusability. Right, sir. Now in the aspect orientation, we will perform the following actions. What we will perform there? First of all, what actions here we are going to perform there? First of all, separate all the services from the business logic. Separate all the services from the business logic. Next one is declare each and every service. Declare each and every service. Declare each and every service as declare each and every service as what there as an aspect. Then what next one here? Inject all these aspects. Inject these aspects in the enterprise applications. In the enterprise applications at join points. At the join points. In the join points at the runtime of the application. At the runtime of the applications. That's it. These are all the points here. What we are getting clearly. Inject these aspects in the enterprise applications at the join points at the runtime of the applications. That's it. So this is what exactly the meaning of what there this aspect orientation. Now observe carefully. In aspect orientation, we are able to get. We will improve code reusability and shareability. And what next one here? Shareability. These are the main advantages here we are able to get with what their aspect orientation. The required diagram here are given there. If you understand the diagrams, two diagrams here are given. One is what their object orientation, and other one is what their aspect orientation. Then easily we are able to understand the content clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on this point here. All of you are having clarity on this point here. Right. By this, totally types of programming languages are completed. The total types of programming languages are completed. After completion of this total types of programming languages, the next one is what their object oriented features. The next content in object orientation, next topic is what their object oriented features. Right. Simple. Let me give a list of these features. No. To describe the nature of the object oriented programming, to describe the nature of object oriented programming, object orientation has provided the following set of features. What set of features which are provided by object orientation actually? All right, the first one is class. The very first one is what there? Class. And the next one is what there? Object. Next one is what there? Object. And the next one is what there? Encapsulation. Next one is what there? Abstraction. Then next one is what there? Inheritance. Next one is what there? Polymorphism. Next one is what there? Message passing. But the last one is almost neglectable. Nobody is recognizing this as a separate object oriented feature. But as for the object orientation is also one of the feature now. Right, sir. To describe the nature of object oriented programming, object orientation has provided a set of features. What are these features now? Class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing. Out of all these object oriented features, the four are most powerful object oriented features. The four are most powerful object oriented features. What features are the most powerful object oriented features? No. First one is encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. Yes, sir. Got it or not? What are these actually? Encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. These are like what they the most powerful features here what we are having. Out of all these things, a few interview questions are available. The very first interview question is like what there? What are the differences between, or before that, one more point here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. One more small point here. All right, sir. Now, on the basis of the above object oriented, on the basis of the above object oriented features, there are two types of programming languages. On the basis of the above object oriented features, there are two types of programming languages. What are the two types of programming languages? The very first one is what? First one is object based programming languages. Object based programming languages, object oriented programming languages. That's it. Two types of programming languages are available. What are the two types of programming languages? No, first one is what there, object based programming languages, and the next one is what there, object oriented programming languages. This is one of the important interview question in outside. Then what about this question here at fresher level only, not at experienced level? What is the difference between object based programming languages, and object oriented programming languages, and object oriented programming languages, object based programming languages and object oriented programming languages? This is a question here. What is the difference between object based programming languages and object oriented programming languages? That's the question here. Okay, so answer for this question is very simple. What is that answer here? All of you understand it, no? We'll discuss on tomorrow. Okay, right, now try to find answer for this question and tomorrow come to the class, you'll understand it clearly. Okay, right, sir. Then today within 5 to 10 minutes of time, I'll start steps to prepare first application, how to download Java software, how to install it. These concepts here I'm going to discuss with you, right? Without failure, try to attend for this content clearly. Right, sir? I think some of you already completed. Those who already completed first application development, to mail you from class there. Those who are not completed this first application development, recently people are joined now, then you have to sit here within 5 to 10 minutes of time. I will take the content here now. Okay, right. Right, sir. Thank you. Then take some break and come back now. Fine. And guys, those who are attending in online, in the next first application development, use the same link, guys. For the sake of the videos, just I'm going to terminate and the webinar. I'm going to terminate the webinar. Just within 5 minutes, join with the same webinar, same link, not any other new link. No, then use the same link to join for what there next first application development content. Okay, no need to use that another one here. The same link here we have to use. Okay, right. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Use same link in the next within 5 minutes of time for first application development. Okay, thank you.